Hi there, I'm Nahome from Five Senses Academy, and I'm sure glad you joined me today. Tantrums are being manifested all over the world, and parents everywhere are throwing up their hands and asking for help. Well, today I believe that help is here, and I want to share a little bit of that help with you. Some of the things that cause a tantrum. Well, first of all, what is a tantrum? A tantrum is basically an overwhelming flood of emotion that your child has absolutely no idea how to handle. And this happens in one of two ways. Maybe they asked you for something and you said no. They want to do something, you said no. Whenever that no word pops up and they kind of don't know how to deal with it because they really want to do it or have whatever it is they want to have. And the second way is when they want to express themselves and they don't have the vocabulary, they don't have the words to tell you exactly how they're feeling. Those are two of the ways that this can happen. Imagine you're in a grocery store, you're in a supermarket, and you're coming up to the checkout lane, and your child asks you for that toy that they perfectly placed right by the checkout line for little eyes to see, right on their level, so your child can say, "Mommy, can I have this?" Something that's unreasonably priced, not in the budget, and your child is asking for it. At this moment, when you say no, a tantrum ensues. At this time, your child throws himself on the floor. Great big outburst, screaming, yelling, kicking, the works. No tears though. Never any tears, right? At this point, there are few things happening. Number one, your child doesn't have the words to make a strong argument to express to you why they think it's a good idea that they should have X, Y, and Z. That's number one. Number two, they remember that time last week, last month, last year even, that you did give up when they had a tantrum. Maybe you were embarrassed or you were in a rush. So they're hoping, crossing their fingers, maybe mom will give in again this time. Those are some of the reasons that tantrums happen. Meltdowns and outbursts are pretty common, right? At the age of 2, you know it happens. At the age of 3, it happens a bit. But what happens if your child is 5 and 6 and 7 and they're still having meltdown and outbursts? That's something we really want to make sure doesn't happen. Our job as a teacher or a parent is to teach our children and our students how to self-regulate. Self-regulation is basically a skill that can teach a child or even adult how to manage their impulses and their emotion. Now imagine how much good that would do for your child. In other words, this skill will help your child express to you that they're angry instead of dropping themselves in the middle of ShopRite, in Kroger's, whatever store you're in, and having a complete and total meltdown. 2 ways we can help our children self-regulate. Number 1, help them to identify their emotions, their feelings. What is it that they're feeling? Because the truth is, many times a child is angry and they don't even know there's a word for that. They don't know that it's angry. And you can do that by reading books. There are a lot of books that talk about emotions and feelings. Jan Kane has a really good one that I mentioned in another video. You can look at that video and see for yourself, where I read a couple of pages and you get an idea of how great that book is. You can create a chart that has emotions all across it, and they can touch and choose which one they're feeling. A girl smiling, a boy sad, angry, frustrated, with all the emotions on it, and they can point to which one they're feeling. And you can provide the word that matches the expression, the picture that they are feeling. This is a great way to help your child regulate, because now instead of just being angry, they can say, "Mommy, I'm angry." And they know that you'll understand what it is that they're trying to say. Now, you must understand that when your child begins building their vocabulary in such a way, some things that you're not too excited about might come out. They may say, "Mommy, I'm angry and I want to hit you." And remembering that this is good rather than bad, you have to sit down with your child and talk about it. You're angry with mommy? You want to hit mommy? Why? Will that make you feel better? Talking about it with your child. It's okay for children to have the emotions that they have. I mean, we have the emotions that we have. Those same emotions. We just know how to regulate them a little better. How many times do you want to tell your boss, "I'm angry and I want to hit you"? So we need to be understanding when our child expresses to us their anger and their desire to maybe even hit us. Now, remember that emotions can be contagious, especially anger, right? So when they're angry, it's important that you stay calm and you be the level-headed adult that you are. So what I'm basically saying is, first they learn the language to match their emotions and their feelings, and then they learn what's acceptable in society, what's okay for them to do, when they feel that emotion. So they learn a difference between the emotion and the action. It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to hit. It's okay to be frustrated, but it's not okay to have a tantrum. It's not okay to toss and throw things and all the other things that children do when they're upset. By giving their child these tools, you empower them. You enable them to express themselves, you add it to their vocabulary, and you help them be a productive little member of society. Now, isn't that pretty cool? So right now, while your child is still young, or whatever age your child is, let's help them self-regulate. Let's cut down on the tantrums and pick up on the conversation, the expression. And you can be sure, not only will your child be happier, you in turn will be happier. Especially walking through the supermarket when you see a humongous toy that your child just has to have. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm so excited every time I do one of these videos and I get to share with you ideas and thoughts. I would love to hear from you what it is that you think and what you do when your child's having a tantrum. I'll see you soon. Bye.